Hi, everyone. Our team worked with DevCom and our project is on facility layout with automated material handling methods. So DevCom is a leading research and development organization dedicated to enhancing military technology. And this project is on transitioning from traditional to additive manufacturing methods to produce gun propellant. The reason DevCom wants to transition into additive manufacturing is that traditional manufacturing methods are lengthy and cannot handle complex geometry of parts. Also, manual material handling methods pose a safety risk with manufacturing explosives. At the moment, DevCom does experiment with additive manufacturing at a lab scale, but they wish to transition that into a full production scale.
Our project has three main goals. The first is to meet 22,000 pounds per day of production, which includes a 10% defect rate. To do this, we utilize a slicing software provided by the client that gave us the print times for the desired parts. We also created a dynamic file so that the client is able to change any of our assumptions as well as the printer specs to adjust the calculations whenever they feel like it. We also developed a high-level facility layout, which the main idea behind that is individual bays surrounded by blast walls. Blast walls are 18-inch thick cement walls that help stop any sort of fire if there is an accident. And then lastly, we integrated automation with material handling methods. And to do that, we collaborated with the Pittsburgh Arm Institute. Down below, we have our high-level facility layouts. The first shows the individual bays. There's 1,000 pounds of energetics allowed in each bay, and we're allowed 8 printers per bay, which means we required 88 bays minimum to meet the desired daily throughput. The layout on the bottom shows how all of the individual bays would be laid out. One thing to note is that pre and post processing are out of the scope of our project.
Next, we integrated automation into our facility layouts and with our material handling methods. So we looked at with the Arm Institute, the Director of Engineering, Dr. Larry Sweet, how we could automate the current printer unloading and loading of the build plates. As you can see in the picture, that is the current method. And we concluded that we could use automated guided vehicles known as AGVs to replace this trolley and eliminate the manual operator. And then we implemented these recommendations in a 3-phase approach. Phase 1 and 2 are looking at the short term and phase 3, the long term. So phase 1 is implementing those manual material handling methods, which is what the other senior design team working with DevCom worked on. And this would include building the facility, so approving the budget, finalizing the layout, utilizing our dynamic file deliverable, and hiring the construction team. Then phase 2 would incorporate automation, which we discussed, the automated loading and loading of the build plates. And the automation is well within the existing technology, as we discussed with ARM. And phase 3 is looking at the long term, which would be automating the VAT refill process, which is at the moment a complex 34-step process, which would require research and development to integrate. That concludes our presentation, and thank you for listening.
That was much